first padded practice is in the books for the Kansas City Chiefs 2023 season as they look to defend the Super Bowl title. I've got all the news and highlights you need to know coming out of today's practice on today's KCS Update presented by DraftKings.
This is KC Sports Network, proudly presented by Emprise Bank.
What is up, Chiefs Kingdom? Welcome into today's KCS Update for July the 28th. Appreciate you sticking with us here at KC Sports Network as we get you caught up on everything you need to know from Chiefs training camp. The first day of padded practices. Super excited. It's in the books. I don't know if those guys were very excited, though, to get in those pads because it was a hot one up at St. Joe today, and it will be a hot one for pretty much the rest of training camp up there as they've got more padded practices to come as they get acclimated and ready for the 2023 season and that title defense that they have as well. So exciting day. I got the highlights. I've got the news. Let's go ahead and get into a couple of things that came up at practice. Three players actually leaving early from practice. First, I want to talk about tight end Jody Fortson. Matt Derrick sent this tweet out during the middle of practice. Tight end Jody Fortson in the medical tent getting his right arm checked out after going down hard. He's now heading back up the hill to the facility as well. Nate Taylor added, halfway through today's practice, Drew Tranquill and Jody Fortson have left the field in a cart, most likely to be cautious. Now, don't be alarmed when you see heading up to the field in a cart. There's a big old hill up there in St. Joe when they got to try to get up to where all the players are, back up to the facility from the practice field. So the cart is probably the most efficient way to get back up there. And a lot of times it is for precautionary reasons to put them on the cart, take them up the field. The third player who left practice today was Mike Dana, the defensive end, left with a calf strain. After practice, Andy Reid gave this injury report where he said Isaiah Moore did not practice with a knee. Kadarius Toney, he underwent knee surgery, so he didn't practice. Trishawn Wharton as well did not practice because he has dealing with his knee injury coming back from the PUP list, but added that Tranquill left with a strained neck, Jody Fortson with a shoulder injury, and Mike Dana also left early with a strained calf. Interesting to note about Dana. Dana was kind of dealing with some calf issues last year. He missed some games last year with some calf issues. So hopefully not too serious for him. Hopefully as a precautionary measure and they can get him right and get him some rest. Because without Chris Jones right now, they're looking mighty thin on that interior defensive line. Mike Dana has been one of those guys who's been able to rotate in along that defensive line and fill some positions that are pretty necessary and pretty high importance of the Kansas City Chiefs along that defensive line. So another one, Jody Fortson, a guy that we know since he's been with the Chiefs, kind of struggled with injuries and kind of struggled staying healthy. So I hope this isn't serious for Jody. I hope both of these are very precautionary, and as well as Drew Tranquill's neck strain. He's been relatively healthy. I think a couple years ago he broke his leg, but has been healthy since then. So I think that this is all precautionary stuff. We'll know more, obviously, as the day progresses, but that's what you need to know when it comes to the injuries from Chiefs camp on day 5. All right, now let's get into the highlights from day 5, which you tuned into today's show, I'm sure, to see. Let's go ahead and get started with some linebacker drills. You're going to see Jack Cochran right here and Willie Gay. First, Jack Cochran. They're doing a little drill where they take on a block, get off the block, and then they go tackle. It's a little drill for linebackers here. Jack Cochran looking good there, but Willie Gay's aggressiveness with that dummy is what I like so much to see about it. We'll watch it a couple times with Willie Gay. You'll get to see him take on that block very aggressively, shed it, and then go tackle that donut. It's always a fun drill to watch go. If you go up to camp, go over to that side of the field. You can watch the defensive line over there. You can watch the linebackers. They really get after it when they're doing their drills over there. Now let's get into some team session here as Patrick Mahomes is doing Patrick Mahomes things again. Obviously, you're not surprised by what Patrick Mahomes can do at this point. He scrambles out to his right, kind of rolls out to his right, and throws a deep ball to MVS, a 3/4 arm slot, one of those arm slots where you saw them highlight on the quarterback series if you watch that on Netflix. What I really like about this play, not only is it phenomenal for Patrick Mahomes to evade the pressure, find MVS deep, hit him with that arm slot on the run with that arm power that he has, but he hits him in stride too, and hitting him in stride and getting that timing down so early in camp, I think, is so important and so exciting to see Patrick Mahomes be able to find MVS there on this deep ball. I'm just going to keep playing it because it's a fun one to watch. You can watch it as many times as you want. Make sure to go follow us at KC Sports Network to see these plays happen at the time we're tweeting them out as they happen. So let's go to the number twos, the 2 reps here, as Blaine Gabbert is the quarterback on this one, and he finds Cornell Powell. Haven't heard a whole lot from Cornell Powell. Haven't seen a whole lot from Cornell Powell either at practice. So good to see him here. A nice leaping catch over the middle, and great play all around. Blaine Gabbert got a little bit of swagger at the end of the play. I like that, obviously, as a Mizzou-made guy. But good to see Cornell Powell getting in the mix, making a nice catch with Blaine Gabbert as well. Got to get those guys acclimated. Let's move on to the one-on-one drills. Listen, this is my favorite stuff right here. I love to watch the one-on-ones, the defensive lineman, offensive lineman going at it. The first rep you're going to see here is Chris Williams versus Darian Kennard. Kennard, obviously the tackle. Williams is that little edge rusher there. Next, you're going to get Mike Caliendo at playing center for the Keandre Coburn, going against Keandre Coburn right there, the Chiefs rookie tackle that they drafted, and Nick Allegretti versus Phil Hoskins on the last rep there. I'm not gonna break them down. I want you guys to watch them. You can take your own conclusions from these reps. There's so many different things that you can take from offensive line, defensive line, one-on-ones, and that's kind of the beauty of it. So we'll play these, and you can take your own opinions on it. Let me know in the comment section below who you think won those reps, because I think that there's a lot of things that these guys work on that we don't know, and maybe they're working on something else that the defense is doing something else, and it doesn't combat very well. It's a lot of variables, a lot of factors going on in that. But let me know who you think won those reps below. We'll have a ton of one-on-ones coming out of camp, and a whole lot more content coming out of these one-on-ones as we get closer to more pads and closer to that first preseason game. So let's go ahead. Got 2 more clips for you. First, let's get to the special teams, which I think is one of the most important areas of this team to take a look at. And this is Richie James returning a kickoff. I know Richie James, when he stepped to the podium the other day, said that he was a punt returner. He likes to do the punt returner stuff, but they got him back there returning kickoffs. Now, I don't know how important or vital kickoffs are because they're kind of dwindling from the game, but good to know Richie James back there returning the kickoffs. And this last one here, not a highlight, but the quarterbacks always do this drill after practice, and I want to show you guys this one. He throws Mahomes throwing the ball behind the back. Looks like 35 yards, if my math is correct, from about the 25 to the back corner of the end zone, behind the back, on the air. He overshoots the trash can, too, so it looks like it's about 35, probably maybe even more. Let me know what you think of the distance in the comment section, but I think it's about 35 yards. Patrick Mahomes throws this ball in the air and nearly makes it into the trash can when they're doing these little drills. I hesitate to call it a drill, actually. I think they're just kind of doing these quarterback competitions to see who's got the most accuracy, the best accuracy. Sometimes Travis Kelce will hop in there and show off that he is most certainly not a quarterback. But that's going to do it for today's episode of KCS and Update. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in to today's video. Make sure to hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you want to stay up to date with all of the stuff we got going on at KCSN. And all the stuff going on at Chiefs Training Camp. We're going to be up there. We're going to have everything that you need to know for that. So I'm Tucker Franklin. Thank you for watching. I'll be back later with another video. See ya.